Hi, kids. Welcome to Miss Nancy's Bible College for Kids. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad I'm here. Today's lesson is in the Old Testament, in the book of Genesis, the first book in the Bible, chapter 27, and it's called Two Sons, a Secret, Two Sacrifices, and Sadness. So let's get started. You know I'm going to ask you the questions and answers at the end. It came to pass that when Isaac was old and his eyes were dim so that he could not see, he called Esau his eldest son and said to him, My son. And he said unto him, Behold, here am I. And he said, Behold now, I am old, I know not the day of my death. Now therefore take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver, and thy bow, and go out to the field and take me some venison. Well, if you're not country kids, you might not know what venison is, but it's deer, so he loved deer meat. And he said, Make me savory meat such as I love, and bring it to me that I may eat, that my soul may bless thee before I die. And Rebekah, now this is Isaac's wife, Rebekah heard when Isaac spake to Esau his son, and Esau went to the field to hunt for venison, and to bring it. And Rebekah spake unto Jacob, this is the other son, her son, saying, Behold, I heard thy father speaking to Esau thy brother, saying, Bring me venison, and make me savory meat, that I may eat, and bless thee before the Lord before my death. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice, according to that which I command thee. Now go to the flock, and fetch me from thence 2 good kids of the goats, that means 2 baby goats, and I will make them savory meat for thy father, such as he loveth. And thou shalt bring it to thy father, and he may eat, that he may bless thee before his death. And Jacob said to Rebekah his mother, Behold, Esau my brother is a hairy man, and I'm a smooth man. My father peradventure will feel me, and I shall seem to him as a deceiver. I wonder why he would seem like a deceiver. Anyway, I lost my place. And I shall bring a curse upon me, and not a blessing. And his mother said to him, Upon me be thy curse, my son, only obey my voice, and go fetch me them. And he went and fetched, and brought them to his mother. And his mother made savory meat, such as his father loved. And Rebekah took the goodly raiment, that's his clothes, they was probably a lot better than these, took the goodly raiment of her eldest son Esau, which were with her in the house, and put them on Jacob, her younger son. And she put the skins of the kids of the goats upon his hands, and upon the smooth of his neck. And she gave the savory meat and the bread, which she had prepared, into the hand of her son Jacob. And he came unto his father and said, My father. And he said, Here am I. Who art thou, my son? And Jacob said unto his father, Jacob said this, I am Esau, thy firstborn, and I have done according as thou badest me. Arise, I pray thee, sit and eat of my venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac said unto his son, How is it that thou hast found it so quickly, my son? And he said, Because the Lord thy God brought it me. And Isaac said unto Jacob, Come near, I pray thee, that I may feel thee, my son, whether thou be my very son Esau or not. Well, I know my boys' voices, but I'm thinking he is old, and he thinks that they're doing what that he told them to. But it makes me wonder why he was so curious, and why he would second guess himself. Did he not trust his family? Isaac said to Jacob, Come near, I pray thee, that I may feel thee, my son, whether there be my very son Esau or not. And Jacob went near unto Isaac, his father, and he felt him and said, The voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. And he discerned him not. Why? Because his hands were hairy, as his brother Esau's hands. So he blessed him. And he said, Art thou my very son Esau? Ask him again. And he said, I am. Lied again. And he said, And now that's the secret that's happening. And we've had one sacrifice, and we're going to have another one. He said, bring it near to me, and I will eat of my sons of venison, that my soul may bless thee. And he brought it near to him, and he did eat, and he brought the wine, and he did drink. And his father Isaac said to him, come near now, and kiss me, my son. I think about Judas. I never saw that till this time. Another kiss of deceit. Shame. And he came near, and he kissed him, and he smelled the smell of his raiment. Remember, it was his brother's raiment. And he blessed him and said, see, the smell of my son is as the smell of a field which the Lord hath blessed. Therefore God give thee of the dew of heaven, and the fatness of the earth, and plenty of corn and wine. Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's sons bow down to thee. I thought about that. Thy mother's sons and your brethren. He separated it. Cursed be every one that curseth thee, and blessed be every one that blesseth thee. Now that's a hard thing, because he's given the blessing to the wrong son. But he had already done it. And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce gone out from the presence of Isaac his father, that, who do you think came in? Esau, his brother, came in from his hunting, and he also had made savory meat, and brought it into his father, and said unto his father, so there's the second thing that had to die, blood was shed, let my father arise and eat of his son's venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac his father said unto him, who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn, Esau. And Isaac, here's the dad, trembled very exceedingly and said, who? Where is he that brought me the venison? And brought it me, and I have eaten of all before thou camest, and have blessed him, yea, and he shall be blessed. Oh, I can just imagine what Esau was going through at this point. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, bless me, even me also, O my father. And he said, thy brother came with subtlety. Now, who else was subtle in the Bible? You guys know this. It reminds me of the serpent in the Garden of Eden. And hath taken away thy blessing. And he said, is not he rightly named Jacob? And Jacob means a substitute or a supplanter. For he has supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he hath taken away my blessing. And he said, hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing? My father, bless me, even me also. I can hear him angry the first time, maybe having a little bit of begging in him this time, just thinking, oh no, oh my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And I imagine he wept bitterly, but that's not in there. And Isaac his father answered and said to him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword, here's what changes with him, shall thou live, and shall serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion. So, if Esau is quiet enough and still enough, if he thinks about it, he says, when you have the dominion, so there's something coming, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said this in his heart, guys, God's looking at your heart. What's in there? Do you know him? Do you love him? Or do you never think about him? But he looked at him. Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. And these words of Esau, her elder son, were told to Rebekah. And guess what? She sent her other son away. And it never is recorded in the Bible that she ever saw him again. She really lost them both that day. And if you moms are out there or some ladies that are grown, don't be like that. Don't be conniving. If you have a husband, obey him, fall in line with him, and that will honor the Lord. But if you don't have a husband, still be a godly woman. You can be each and every day. All right, guys, let's go on with the questions and answers. Who was the old man in this story? Probably my age. Isaac. What was his problem? His eyes. What was wrong with them? He couldn't see. They were so dim he couldn't see. That's probably why he thought he was dying, but it took a little while after this story. But what did Isaac want Esau to do? He wanted him to go, get a weapon, a bow, go to the field, and kill him what? Venison. And what does that mean? Country kids know. Deer meat, that's it. Anyway, what was Isaac going to do to him then when he got back? He was wanting to bless his oldest son Esau. Who heard the plan? Isaac's wife. What was her name? Rebekah. Who did she go to and why? She went to her younger son Jacob and told him what the plan was. And that was a secret. There was three sacrifices. There was 2 kids of goats, and then there was the deer. That was the sacrifices. The secret was that Rebekah and them had set this up. You know who the 2 sons are, Esau and Jacob. And then the sadness came at the end. I love this story, but I despise this story too. But it shows us some real human characters, which we are one. Who heard the plan was Rebekah, and she went to her youngest son, Jacob. And what did she tell him? She said, I want you to go kill me 2 baby goats and bring him to me, and we'll dress him, and we'll feed him, and he'll bless you. What was Jacob's hesitation, or why did he say, Mom, we can't do this? He said, my brother is a hairy man, and I'm smooth. But this woman, not only was Jacob's subtlety filled with that, she was, because she said, you let me handle this, son. That's the new version, what Miss Nancy would say. But she said, I've got a plan. So he went and done what she said, because you're supposed to mind your mother, I guess. But anyway, she said, let the curse be on me. If anybody gets it, I'll take it. So really, she did lose her son. I'm thinking she got a bad end of the deal. The boys sooner or later worked it out. I just want you to know that. But he went and done what his mom said. And then what did Rebekah set up to doing? She started to go around collecting some stuff. What was it? She collected her son Esau, the oldest one's clothes, and brought him in. They smelled like Esau. He worked in the field. What else is some things she done? When her son brought the skins of the goats, she put them on him, didn't she? Where did she put them? On his hands and the smooth of his neck. And so, then Jacob went in to Isaac, and what did Isaac ask him? He said, who art thou? God's asking you today, who are you? What are you about? Who do you love? Are you sneaky? Are you pure? Esau didn't do anything bad in this. He just did what he was told to do. But anyway, who did Jacob tell his daddy was? He said, I'm your son, Esau. Do you think that Isaac believed Jacob? He said, come here. And he asked him again. And that makes Miss Nancy wonder. He just didn't trust him, or he knew the voice. And you know what? God knows your voice too. He knows mine. So all we need to do is talk to him so he'll hear us talking to him. But anyway, so he went, and then Jacob was asked by his dad, Isaac, how did you get it so quick? What was his response? Because the Lord brought it to me. Not only was he a supplanter, but he was a liar too. But anyway, what was it that Jacob was to do to prove who he was? He was to come near and let Isaac feel of him, so he did. And he came near him, and he felt him, and he said, what? What did Isaac say about his son? He said, this is Jacob's voice, but this is Esau's hands. So he went ahead, and he blessed him like nobody else had been blessed, and he blessed him. What was some of the blessing that he gave him? He said, the smell of my son is like the smell of a field, blessed by God. And he said, let people serve him, and nations bow down to you, and let your brothers serve you and bow down to you. And cursed be those that curse you, and blessed be those that bless you. And as soon as Jacob left out of the room from Isaac, who showed up, and what did he have? Esau. What was Esau wanting? He wanted his dad's blessing, didn't he? What did Isaac ask Esau? Who are you? Because, see, Isaac had already had the meal presented to him, and he'd already thought he'd saw or heard Esau. But then when he told him who he was, I'm your son, your firstborn son. What did Isaac do? He trembled greatly, didn't he, exceedingly. And he said, who or where was it? Who brought me the venison before? He came here, he said it was you, and I blessed him, and blessed he is. And what did Esau do? He cried out with exceeding sorrow. And he said, do you not have but one blessing? Bless me, Father. What did Jacob say? No, what did Isaac say Jacob had done? He said he'd come with subtlety, and he did. And that reminded Miss Nancy of who or what? The serpent in the Garden of Eden. He was subtle. He was sneaky. He was a liar. Remember, he was worried about his father, what he would think about him. But he's got the blessing, so what did Esau ask him one more time? Do you just have one blessing? Can you not bless me? So does Isaac bless him? Yeah. It's not the same blessing he would have got. But remember the one thing that was different about his blessing I told you? He said, you're going to live by what weapon? By the sword. Anyway, Rebecca, she heard about what had went on. She heard what Esau said. What did Esau say in his heart? He said, I'll kill him. When my dad dies, I'll kill him. And Rebecca heard it. And what did she do with Jacob? She sent him off. But this is not a good story, and the woman in it don't sound very well at all. It hurts my heart, but nothing like it hurt Esau's heart. Hope you guys love this story, and I'll see you next time. Bye, kids.